And I just want to briefly touch on something because you watch enough of YouTube, there's a bunch of bullshit on YouTube, but there is some interesting stuff if you pay attention. I was talking about how now there's guys running YouTube channels from their jail cell, their prison vlogging. So I was saying, why watch a guy on No Jumper talk about being in the gang and what goes on in prison when you got people in prison making vlogs? And one of the guys I watched is a guy named Jay Hood.
He told you how me and my father never really dealt with each other growing up. So when I say he made me into the person I am today, I mean, he brought Islam into my life. He the reason I'm alive. It's my father. And he helps me, period. That's what I'm gonna leave it at that. He helps me when I need help. I don't ask for too much or anything. I got my own money, but anytime I need advice on anything, he there. There's been times where I'm in the prison cell and he helped me bust a $30,000 plate. You feel me? You know, I'd have had you on the phone with my dad before all this that came out. So, you know how I feel about my father. That's my only parent I got left. So, I'm never gonna turn on my father, period. And you're absolutely right. I do tell my dad to stay out the streets. Stop commenting on street stuff. Stay in that gated community where you live at. You feel me? In the $1 million homes. Driving them $500,000 cars. You feel me? And that's the truth. I tell him that. But my father is my father.
Jay Hood is finishing out, I guess, a plea bargain for some homicides. He's in a gang from Stevenson Village, Crips, I think. His father is this guy named Stutterbox. Stutterbox, if you're into watching YouTube beef, was kind of briefly going back and forth with Whack 100.
I call Whack. My Rolls Royce gets shot up. My girl almost get killed. I lay on top of her. We make it up out of there. Whack see the bullet holes in my car the next day. He reaching out, trying to contact the nigga who supposed to be the boogeyman. I know where the nigga live at, behind my back. It's in the paperwork. All on wiretap. That's why your house got raided, you bitch ass nigga. You conspiracy to commit murder, nigga. You buster ass nigga. But let me tell you how it play out. I call cuz, like, cuz, it's 3 niggas sitting in front of your house, cuz. Is these your homies, Whack?
Stutterbox and Whack 100 lived in the same gated community because Stutterbox is rich. He's also someone that has to watch how he moves around because he infamously did some telling against members of his own gang, the Main Street Mafia Crips, when he attempted to possibly blackmail Shaquille O'Neal for a so-called sex tape. And of course, that's a whole nother big story. And I'm not in front of the Peterson to get into that. And people have covered it, and I will. But so, at this time, already was rich. He was rolling around LA in a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. He was suspected of having overseen a massive $11 million check fraud scam. This is back in the late 90s. He's the guy, when you hear people call Whack 100 CS2, well, Stutterbox was CS1, for sure. Per the Biggie case, okay, one of the theories is that Amir Muhammad killed him. And they show you that, or a sketch of the guy dressed up like a Nation of Islam member in the bow tie. And that's one of the main theories. He was driving a 96 Impala, and he assassinated Biggie on behalf of who? That's unclear. That part of the story. Was it death row? Because they say Amir Muhammad was the high school roommate of David Mack. David Mack is one of the crooked cops that worked for Death Row. That was also part of the Rampart scandal. I did a video on him, several that have had million views. I had to delete some, but one is still up in my members only section. I put a link. And Amir Muhammad, aka Harry Billups, who changed his name to Amir Muhammad when he became Muslim, was the college roommate of David Mack. David Mack, after the whole Death Row thing started dying down, he got, well, not really dying down. In maybe 1990, 7 or 8 actually when Tupac was killed in 96, Biggie killed in 97, so maybe late in 97, David Mack and his girlfriend worked at a bank and let him come in and rob it. They got $720,000. David Mack did a long federal prison term. David Mack got stabbed by the 18th Streeters and the feds. I came across that and some prison guy doing a story about it, and David Mack is now out. The last we knew of David Mack, he was the driver for Harvey Weinstein's daughter. Interesting. So he's somewhere around in LA.